Thanks. I'm so honored and humbled, and Gerard and John, thank you, and the committee, and of course the inductees. A wise woman once told me in all my speeches to be brief and be brilliant. I'll try to be both, but the speech couldn't be brief if I had to thank everybody that is behind, and if I really took the time to thank everyone that helped me, because this Miami tree of support, it's just been ridiculous. It's unbelievable. My family, my loved ones, my mentors, my assistant coaches, my staff, the administrators, teammates, my dear players, and then fans which have become friends. Also, the speech couldn't be brief if I wasn't so humbled by the greatness around me. I think in these speeches it's so tempting to sort of talk about your own journey and go, and what I've tried to do is just look into my heart. And when I really looked into my heart as I was preparing this speech, I just was stunned by my love of this place, my love for the University of Miami. And it was speaking so loudly in my heart. I can't imagine a job that's more emotional. I can't imagine a life that's more emotional. I can't imagine a journey that's more emotional, but I can't imagine anything more rewarding. And behind every successful person and behind every inductee, as you've heard tonight, there's tremendous people. And then there's also a few lucky breaks. But being up here tonight, where my ego should probably be about as big as it's ever been, because I don't think I've received a higher award. I mean, it's the University of Miami Hall of Fame, and just to feel so good about yourself. But for some reason, when I started writing the speech, I thought about, well, my worst loss I ever experienced. Unfortunately, it was here. It was awful. It was like your worst nightmare ever, ever, ever. And I could tell in warm-ups, I knew it was coming. We were playing, it was my second season here at Miami. We just hadn't turned it around yet. And I sat in the bench in warm-ups and I watched the reigning national champs, the University of Maryland, just warm up. And I knew we were going to get crushed. And we had just come off an NIT run, so I felt pretty good about it, but I knew it was going to be rough. So I was really excited when we scored 65 points. I felt really good about myself until Maryland scored 125. And I was stunned. So after the game, I met with my staff real quick, and I had that moment, and a lot of the coaches that are here tonight, you've had that moment. I had that moment where I didn't know. Derek Gibbs is here tonight, and I stared at him. I said, I don't know. I do remember walking off the court, and Paul D., who hired me here, he came and gave me a huge hug. And he said, hang in there. We believe in you. But then I called my mom on the way home, and she was just a heck of a lot more honest. And she basically said, honey, what the heck was that? And why couldn't you stop those girls from scoring? And so I went home, kicked my dog. I went out to the pool. I went to my refrigerator. I opened a Corona Light, and I sat there, and I was just bewildered. And I had all sorts of thoughts of, what have I done? What have I done to my career? What am I going to do about my staff? Where am I going? And am I really this bad? Am I really this bad of a coach? And I called Tricia, who was the soccer coach here at the time, and I said, do you mind coming over? Because I don't know what I'm doing. And I don't know where I'm going to go, and I need someone to bounce this off of. So she came over, and she said, listen, you're at the U. And it's a tough place. And it's going to grind you down to your core. And then the best version of you will emerge. See, the head coaches down here, we're tough. Every single one of us has had that moment when we realize the job's a heck of a lot harder than we thought it was. At our press conference, when we were spewing on and on about all the championships we were going to win and the promises that we made. But the bottom line is Miami ain't for everyone. It's certainly not for soft people. The swag is real, and it's earned. And it's earned through some failures and through some dark moments when you just can't hide from the brutal truth that your mother tells you on the phone. And you're down and you're feeling low, and the seeds of doubt, they start to creep in. And then the next morning you turn on the TV and Jeremy Shockey catches a touchdown pass and he throws up the U. And Ryan Braun crushes one over the fence and he throws up the U. And you go out to the tennis courts and Audra Cohen is beating that tennis ball like she's mad at it. And something happens. And you get that feeling that you, Katie Meier, are a part of this select group. This amazing athletic department has so much greatness just woven into it. Every hallway you walk through, every facility, every office, whether it's a coach's office or the training room or the ticket office or the academics office, there's a greatness there. And that greatness just forms this net. And this net of greatness is there for you when you fail, when you fall. But my God, please don't, it is not a safety net. We don't have that here. It's not that. And it's not below anything. It's just a standard. It's a bar. And it's a bar that expects to be raised. It's demanding to be raised. And it's actual hands of greatness. And when these hands decide that you are one of us, they grab you and they yank you hard and they pull you up and they lift you. And these hands, they're the hands of the players, they're the hands of their parents, they're the hands of administrators, professors, staffs, coaches, and they never leave because these hands are stubborn and these hands have swag. But they don't pat you on the back around here. They grab you by the collar and they say, hey, we're the U. We win down here. We triumph. And we don't just pick anyone to save. But lady, we picked you. So get up, wipe those tears of doubt from your eyes, and build your own damn legacy. And it saved me. It saved me. The greatness of this place, the culture of this department, the character of its people. By the way, 2 years later, we went to Maryland. They were ranked third in the country. They had the nation's longest home winning streak, and we beat them on their court. I simply just cannot believe that you want me to be in this Hall of Fame. But I am, and I forever will be eternally grateful. And I promise you that these hands are ready to lift up the next one. Thank you.